As we know, Summer went missing from her home on the 15th of June. She disappeared after going inside, according to her mother. A lot of us don't believe that, and to be honest, we feel that, I certainly do, that the story-driven narrative that has been pushed by the parents and the grandmother, they all seem to repeat the same story, and it's almost like it's been rehearsed. As far as I'm concerned anyway. I mean, you may feel differently. In mid-August, I decided to reach out to Grandus, and as some of you may already know, I was talking to Grandus for about a week. A lot of the things she said were throwing him under the bus. So at the time, this was around about the 21st, 20th of August. So we're talking a couple of months after Summer had gone missing. And the reason why I got in touch with Grandus is because Grandus was one of the people that we'd not heard from. We'd heard from the mum a little bit. We'd heard from the dad quite a bit. We'd seen the news stories on the TV. But funnily enough, nothing from Grandma. Nothing from Grandma, who actually lived there and was apparently with Summer that day. So it was very interesting, and I wanted to know what Grandma had to say. She started off by being very closed off and not wanting to say too much. But as the conversation went on, she did say things such as, between me and you, his mouth and his actions are going to put him where he belongs. I'm beginning to think that he is involved. No, please don't feel bad asking that question, she said. It's okay, everyone has their right to opinions. And this was what she said to me. She also stated that her daughter was not involved in Summer's disappearance in any way. I asked if she thought Don was hurting Summer. I didn't want to elaborate on that question, but I just said hurting Summer. And she said it's possible, but I can't prove it. What was interesting was the fact that she opened up to me. And after a week's worth of conversations, I brought it to YouTube, as you may already know. If you haven't watched it, I will link the whole of the messages in the video below in the comment section. So I spoke to Grandma around the 20th of August for a full week, and then I divulged this information. I put a post up that I was going to be talking to one of the family members. Well, there's only 3, really, that was there that day. And of course, this started tongues wagging. Everybody wanted to know who this family member was that was going to be coming on my panel. I had 3,500 people in the chat that night, all wanting to give their opinions and listen to what was being said. But the after effects and the ripples that it caused within the family afterwards were interesting. You may know Jenna. Jenna, at the time of all this going on, was Candace's friend, quite a close friend. Apparently they talked all day, every day, whether it be by messages or FaceTime. Jenna happened to be on the phone with Candace that day, at the point Don came home from work early, and it all kicked off when they realised Grandus had spoken out.
Jenna, when you were on FaceTime with Candace, do you remember Dawn walking in and saying, now your mom has done it, she's telling the truth?
Yes, I do remember that. I do remember that day very clearly. It was, he walked in, he was upset. I was on FaceTime with Candace, like we do every single day. I wasn't working at the time. And, we spoke every day, all throughout the day. And he was at work. He came home from work early. She was sitting at the table. She had her laptop on that someone donated to her. Then she had 2 phones on. Then he came in. He's like, your mom has told everything. And she's like, what are you talking about? He's like, your effing mom told everything. And she's like, Candace, like, she would not do that. And she looked really worried. He was cussing, and she's like, I gotta get off. I gotta call my PIs. So she jumped off the phone with me, I guess, to call her PIs.
So what was the panic about? What was the, I need to get off the phone really quickly. Oh my God, my mum wouldn't do that. And then Don saying, she's telling everybody the truth. Like, what? Telling everybody what? I thought she just disappeared out of the back door. I thought she just disappeared from the basement. Like, telling people what? What? What was the big rush to get off the phone? What was it Grandma could have possibly have told everybody? What was the concern, Don? What was the concern, Candace?